This is a random match, double battle. He starts by setting out his Kangaskhan and his Superior, and I start by setting Musharna and Embor. So he tries to use Sucker Punch on my Musharna, but since Musharna is going to use Trick Room, it's not going to be able to work. And he has his Superior use Light Screen so that my special attack moves decrease in power. But I'm using a physical attack, Hammer Arm, so that Kangaskhan will get KO'd and Embor will have its speed lowered. But since Musharna is going to use Trick Room, Embor is really getting faster. The thing about Trick Room, faster Pokemon move last, slower Pokemon move first. He sends out his Mandibuzz, and he also withdraws his Superior. He sends in his Empoleon as a replacement for Superior, and Musharna tries to use Toxic on Mandibuzz, but it's not working. And Embor tries to KO Mandibuzz with Stone Edge, but it misses, and Mandibuzz KOs Embor with Brave Bird. However, it deals a nice chunk of damage onto itself due to recoil, so it wasn't a complete loss. I sent in my Gallade as a replacement for my Embor, but Mandibuzz is just going to KO that, since it's also a fighting type. Musharna uses Toxic again, and this time it hits, so Mandibuzz is starting to take some poison damage over and over again. Like I said, Brave Bird on Gallade. However, it's gonna lose some HP due to recoil, so the recoil damage plus the toxic damage, it's gonna KO it eventually. But I'm down to my last two Pokemon, Musharna and Hydreigon. Hydreigon's a fast Pokemon, but due to Trick Room being in effect, it's right now the slowest Pokemon on the field. So, yeah, I gotta watch out for that. Empoleon knows Blizzard, which is really annoying considering it's super effective against my Dragon-type Hydreigon, which means it gets hit by that one more time and it's KO'd. I have my Hydreigon use Dragon Pulse on Mandibuzz so that it gets KO'd, one less Pokemon to worry about. However, poison damage KOs it. Well, it doesn't KO it, which means it's out there for one more turn, enough to deal some damage. So I have my Musharna try to use Psychic on Empoleon, but that doesn't work. And I was going to have Hydreigon use Surf, because Musharna has Telepathy. It's not going to affect Musharna, but it'll affect both of them. Enough to KO Mandibuzz, but it was supposed to do a minimal amount of damage on Empoleon, but due to Protect, it didn't do anything. The dimensions are turned back to normal, which means Musharna is now the slowest, and Hydreigon, it's still pretty fast, but however, Superior is faster, and it uses Leaf Storm on my Musharna, which lowers its special attack stat, making it less dangerous for Hydreigon later in the game. Now, luckily, Hydreigon dodges this Blizzard attack by Empoleon, but my Musharna doesn't, which means it takes some damage, it's in the red. Musharna's using Psychic on Empoleon so that its special defense will lower enough for Hydreigon to use some powerful move like Flamethrower on it later. Empoleon used Protect on this move, so Musharna's Psychic attack and Hydreigon's Flamethrower aren't going to do anything to it. And the opponent's Galera attack on my Hydreigon missed, so... But now this turn it hits, which means Hydreigon's paralyzed. It's gonna move last, regardless of who is out in the field right now. However, it's still fast enough on this turn to hit Empoleon with Psychic and Flamethrower. He uses Leaf Storm on Musharna to KO it, but that lowers its special attack just enough for it to not deal any major damage to my Hydreigon. It could take a few Leaf Storms before getting KO'd. Empoleon tries to use Blizzard, but it misses, leaving there to be enough of a window of opportunity for Hydreigon to KO it with Flamethrower. Now that's left is my Hydreigon, which is paralyzed, which means it's gonna go last, and it's Superior, which due to Leaf Storm has a low special attack right now. It didn't deal much to Hydreigon, so that's a relief. Hydreigon uses Dragon Pulse since it has a Dragon Fang and Dragon type stab and item bonus. It'll deal more damage than Flamethrower, which just gets a super effective bonus. In the end, Hydreigon survives that last Leaf Storm attack and KOs Superior with Dragon Pulse. And that's it. That's the end of the game. This was really a close victory. Hydreigon has 13 HP left, and it was paralyzed, so yeah, it was a great game, and yeah. Sorry about the bad quality. I don't have one of those things that takes screenshots or an emulator. I used a real thing. If you're using an emulator, get the real thing. It's worth it. Alright. See you.